Hello and welcome to Sun Spotlight. I am your host, Charisma, grateful to be back for another episode. In addition to these interviews that I do every Thursday at noon, I also write a weekly column for the Philadelphia Sunday Sun, which you can read on newsstands every Friday. You can also check us out online at www.philasun.com and be sure to follow the Philadelphia Sunday Sun on all social media platforms. Today, I have the pleasure of speaking with two of Cirque du Soleil BAZZAR's Malakab performers. Malakab is a specialized form of gymnastics that is very classic in India and requires an immense amount of upper body and full body core strength. So it is my absolute pleasure to welcome to Sun Spotlight, Rajesh Mudki and Kalpesh Jadhav. Hi, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for bringing us.
Awesome. Well, I had an opportunity to see the show last week and it was incredible. I had a front row seat and it was amazing. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
And so very interactive.
You still have to see me though. I still have to perform.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because I'm kind of injured right now, so Kalpesh is taking over the stage.
So I tell you, Fresh, okay. But it was amazing. I wish I could come back and see you too, Fresh. But for both of you, when did you first, find a love or start becoming interested in circus arts and gymnastics? And
I mean, for me, I've been artistic since 2004 and 5. Like as an artist performing in different disciplines, aerial disciplines. But for the circus company, we both actually started with Franco Dragon in 2018.
Okay.
2009, sorry, 2009. And since then, we're performing for different companies. And now we are with Cirque du Soleil.
Wow. So are both of you experienced with silks and hoops and different aerial arts as well?
No, not me. I never did silk or hoops. I did only Malakam.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I've been more into different disciplines. As I told you, like as an artist, I actually started with silk, hoop, and harnesses, and later on, I was like, okay, I think it's enough, and I should start performing with Malakam because throughout the world, people still have to see Malakam as an artistic form. So that's how we started traveling with different companies.
Okay. And when did you first kind of witness Malakab for the first time and say, this is something that I think I would want to do? Do you remember that?
I think nearly both of us, we started when we were 5 and 6 years old.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
And we both have two different stories. But the reason why I've been in Malakam training because of my father. Like my father wanted me to practice something which is more traditional sport. Okay. So Malakam is kind of traditional sport in India. So yeah.
And what about you?
The Malakam institution was just across the road, and I used to watch every time whenever I go out of the house. So that's how I started loving Malakam, and I wanted to join Malakam. And yeah, that's how I started when I was 5, I guess.
Wow. And so one of the first things I noticed about Malakab, it requires so much strength. Like I was watching you, Kalpesh, and I was just like, oh my God, it looks like it hurts so badly when you were doing the different movements and you're jumping and then you're like landing back on the pole. And I'm just like, I do not have the upper body strength. So for each of you, what has the training kind of been like for you, just in terms of being able to actually physically be able to do the work?
I think it all starts with basic, I guess. Like every discipline has basic training, like gymnastics or any discipline you pick. So I think we should start with basics, and it's a very interesting question for you, for me, because I'm very happy to say that Malakam itself is very calisthenic. It requires strength, flexibility, power, speed. It has a complete package of fitness. So yeah, I mean, you just start with basic exercises. Definitely, you need different exercises on floor before going on Malakham. But once you start basic with Malakham, you don't need anything else. You just need Malakham and just keep practicing as much as possible. I mean, it's been like more than 35 years for both of us practicing Malakham. So we still think that we are not complete. Still practicing.
Yeah, for me, flexibility was important because I wasn't flexible at all. So I had strength as per my coach.
Mhm.
So I did more of the flexibility exercises.
Okay.
And yeah, so my training includes more flexibility than strength.
Wow. Yeah, I mean,
I
just
was well enough.
you said you were flexible enough. You're like, I got this. No worries.
Not anymore. Trust
To
me,
my
not
sleep,
anymore.
it's fine. No,
We both
seriously,
are old now.
I was watching it and I just was blown away. I'm like, that requires so much strength to be able to just get up there. But you're not just going up the pole, you're doing a number of movements. And like, I was blown away. I was blown
That's
away
what
by
make
the art form.
Malakam difficult and different, because usually circus apparatus or any apparatus has like horizontal kind of,
Mhm.
and but all the poles are like straight, and it's a little difficult to be on the pole.
I think the correct word is like I think it's more anti-gravity, which you're going against the weight of your body, So I
Yeah.
think that is one thing which makes it more special.
Absolutely. And I kept watching, Kalpesh, I kept watching you put the powder on your hands so that you had a stronger grip.
I
And
was the one helping him.
I'm looking, I'm like this, okay, he's good, got it, okay. I don't have to be nervous anymore. But I've seen a few of the other Cirque du Soleil shows over the years, and all of them are amazing, but I feel like Cirque du Soleil Bazaar is a very particular show, and it's very unique in that way. So what has been your experience, each of you, just being a part of this very lively, very energetic, different kind of Cirque du Soleil show?
I think we do feel special about being a part of Bazaar because we're the first one becoming the first Malakham artist in Cirque du Soleil. So which makes us special. At the same time, we also feel very responsible because definitely the more we do, the more better we perform. People who practice Malakham, they also inspired by us. That's the idea. Like they should also join circus school, circus company like Cirque du Soleil, and perform more Malakham in different shows.
Yeah.
So I do feel special.
About BAZZAR, I think the special about BAZZAR is human thing, So it's more of human show. So we don't have much of technology, and so we all human making the show go on,
It's
So
more
yeah,
artistic.
it's more
Like,
artistic.
I would say,
artistic, and
yeah,
it's more human.
definitely there is creation. It's more artistic, but as compared to other Cirque du Soleil shows, we don't have too much technology. If you would have seen,
Right.
it's more human performances.
Yeah.
I think that is also one thing which makes us more special.
It was designed like that, so
I would say it's an old circus performances. Like
Yeah.
it was inspired by old circus, And I think even Bazaar, it was designed in such a way, keeping the story in mind of how Cirque du Soleil used to perform 35 years back.
Yeah.
Giving that modern contemporary vision to the show.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it also just looks like a lot of fun. Like just watching the show, being in the audience, there's lots of opportunities for audience participation. I remember the conductor at one point picked out my boyfriend who came with me to the show, and he like sang with them during the show. So it was just like a lot of really fun interactive moments with the lights. Is it as much fun on the stage for you as performers as it is for the audience members? Because I mean, it just looks like you guys are having a blast.
I feel blessed. Like every performance I do, I feel blessed because when there are lots of audience and how they react to each and every act, and by the end, when they go out of this tent, they take a lot of love from us. Like they take so much smile on their faces. It is kind of blessing for us. And I think the reason why I perform for the audience, because first, this is live and you perform every day for the new audience, and every time you have to give your best to the audience.
Absolutely.
And I mean, it gives so much love, so much happy to me when we see different emotions in the audience face, you know.
Yeah.
It, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I can
For
imagine.
me, it's we also have little freedom to be ourselves on the stage. Not much, but we have been told like you be your character. So it's like while dancing and some movements, you can be yourself. So it's not very restricted in choreography way. You know.
See, this is also one thing that we are not dancers, and through this show, we actually learn dance, and we do enjoy dancing on stage now.
Yeah.
Like I think yes, performance is one thing. That's why company hired us. But more than that, we do enjoy performing on stage. Like I'm talking about dance, the music.
Yeah.
Clothing,
Yeah.
and there is one act celebration. So we are dancing with the professional dancers. So it's real fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, the closing number I think was definitely one of my favorite parts of the show because everyone's
finale?
on stage and everyone's
Oh,
doing something. It was almost like I didn't know where my eye line should be, right? Because I'm just kind of looking everywhere because everyone is doing different things at the same time, but it all works together. And I was like, oh, like my eyes were just kind of going up. There was so much happening. It was so much fun to watch.
I'm
um,
happy to know.
and what has it been like for you just traveling all over the world and giving your artistry to different audiences from all over?
I think for me, I always dreamt of traveling the world, and but because I'm from Mumbai, I'm not from a very financial stable family, but I always had the dream of traveling the world, and I didn't know how exactly. So artistic actually gave me an opportunity, and through performances and through working with such a big company called Cirque du Soleil, it's great to travel with them, and we met different people, different audience. We love eating different cuisine.
Yeah.
That is also
Yes.
one thing. We love traveling. Yeah, for me, it's about different nations and different people from different thought process. How they think, how they react, how they meet you. Is what a learning process for me. I'm still learning to understand people. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, it's more about audience, like different types of audience we see everywhere. So in Brazil, there was the audience were different, and then we were in Middle East, some country, I think Oman. So people were like quiet and they only clap. Some in some part they don't
Yeah.
want to disturb. I heard there is audience in Japan. They just don't clap. They reserve it for the finale. So it's always different experience with the audience, and it's good. It's good to be part of that.
Wow. And what do you hope that audiences, no matter where you are and where you're performing, what are you hoping that the audience gains from seeing you perform in this show?
I think it's the different disciplines what we're performing on stage, and we do want to know how. Okay, being a Malakam artist, but my one question I always keep in my mind that when every time the new audience comes inside the big top, how they react when we are performing Malakam. I'm sure like most of the audience, they would have seen different disciplines, but Malakam is something different. They have never seen before, So I do want them to understand this art form, this discipline, and yeah, we do want people to ask us more questions about Malakam. We would love to educate them about Malakam, and yeah, it's very. I'm very excited to travel America. Yeah,
Yeah,
meeting different people.
for the audience, I guess they have different emotions, and Bazaar serves the different emotions. Happiness. There are some parts where are like white is happening, or so there are different emotions in Bazaar. So that makes Bazaar special, and I think that's what audience uh, takes back when they go home. The fun part is like the big part is the fun, but there are also many emotions in Bazaar in creation. So I think that's a thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely going to request the audience. I mean, we do have social media, we do have Instagram account, and we would love to take questions, you know. Yeah, I mean, we would love to answer them, anything they want to know about Malakam.
That's wonderful. Well, what are your social media handles so people can follow you and keep up with all of the wonderful things that you're doing in the show and with Malakam?
My social media account is Rajesh Mudki. It's straight. Just type Rajesh Mudki, and you
Okay.
will see me. And
Yeah,
with a
mine is
handsome face.
yeah, mine is Kalpesh Jadhav 1504. Yeah, that's on Instagram.
Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me today. I really appreciate it, and I'm glad to have met you, Kalpesh and Rajesh. So thank you.
I really appreciate that you wanted to talk to us about our artistic form.
Yes.
Thank you so much for bringing us. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Sun Spotlight. Cirque du Soleil Bazaar will be in Oaks, PA at Big Top on the Greater Philadelphia Expo Center grounds now through October 22nd. To find out more information on tickets and showtimes, be sure to visit cirquedusoleil.com. And to keep up with Rajesh and Kalpesh, be sure to follow them each on Instagram at Rajesh Mudki and at Kalpesh Jadhav 1504. To keep up with me and all that I'm up to, you can follow me on Instagram at The Real Charisma, on Twitter and TikTok at Real Charisma, and then head on over to my YouTube channel, Charisma Music, where you can check out some of my latest performances. And while you're online, be sure to like and follow the Philadelphia Sunday Sun on all social media platforms. I'll be back next Thursday at noon with a brand new episode, and I hope to see you there. Until then, love and light.